What's going on, everyone? Before we get into the video, just want to take this time to tell you to go to the description, see the link at the top, hit that link and download the OneFootball app, guys. It's the one-stop shop for all your football needs. As you can see, it's got all the news right now going on, everything you need to know about Liverpool's season, what's happening, the squad, go through, see what's going on with all the individuals. Just check out all the details of the squad. And we know about those transfers, people. What more do we want to do, especially right now, to check out those transfers and see what is Listen, when it comes to Liverpool, there ain't even going to be any transfers. But you know what we got to do. We got to check anyway. Go through, check out latest scores, match reports. It's got everything, people. Everything. So just make sure you hit that link. Download the OneFootball app. Get it done now, people. Trust me, you will not regret it. No better place to go check your football news. OneFootball app. Download it now. Link is in the description, people.
Lovely people. First and foremost, happy Monday. It is Monday the 30th of August. For anyone in the UK, happy bank holiday Monday. Obviously, there's a few people who are missing out on Carnival today. Hopefully, this time next year, those of you who love the Notting Hill Carnival will be able to celebrate in style. People. Less than 48 hours left of the transfer window. And while we can sit here and say, you know what, we've not lost any players or any of our top players, apart from Genie, who we kind of were resigned to losing a little while back. We've kept everyone. That is one thing to be proud of. And we've renewed contracts. But again, these things can happen any time of the year. So just because we're renewing contracts now, I don't want that to cloud the vision of lack of transfers. However, news came out today from well-renowned journalist Ornstein about this man. Transfer guru, Michael Edwards. Many people contribute a lot to Liverpool Football Club. But when it comes to transfers and dealings with new players and outgoing players, this man on the screen right now has been integral to the success of Liverpool Football Club over recent years. News has come out that he may leave at Liverpool Football Club. Now, just to be clear, it's not imminent. It's likely to be when his current deal ends next summer. He's been with the club for 10 years. He's been in this position, I think, about 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. If anyone's in the comment, please do correct me on that. Him leaving is not going to be a good thing, in my opinion. We've got a structure in the club, and it concerns me a little bit that he wants to move on potentially. Now, many people have been quite critical of him this summer, myself included. I think if you're going to blame FSG for the lack of transfer funds, I also think you've got to pin a little bit of blame on Michael Edwards for potentially his arrogance and trying to get too much for certain players such as Origi. But what cannot be denied is the impact he's had on the culture of which we complete our transfers, the players we try to get. You look at someone like Jota, for example, and again, I will continue to bring up and I'll continue to eat humble pie. Jota is a player that when we signed, I thought, he's good, but is he any better than what we've got? Or is he better than an Adama Traore from the same club? Obviously, Pedro Neto. Is he better than all these other players who have moved around? And look what it's moved. Look what it's become. He has become a very, very important player for Liverpool. And that you have to put down to Edwards and his team. However, it does raise some concerns about the direction of the club. If Edwards were to leave, we already know what the model is at the club. We already know how we operate. If we lose Edwards, how impactful is that going to be for Liverpool Football Club going forward in dealing with transfers? It's news that's come out of the blue. It's just really, really odd to see this come out. And the timing of it as well, like, goodness me, a day before the end of the window is the last thing you want to see. Does Edwards continue to sort out transfers between now and the end of his tenure here? Does he not? Like, I mean, obviously there's talks of Julian Ward, his assistant, I believe that is his name, who may take over. He's had glowing reports apparently, but is that good enough? Is he going to be good enough? And again, I'm not saying he won't be. I'm just asking the question. I don't know. But with what's happened this window, the fact that the fans are split, the fact that this news has come out now, Klopp seeming to be up and down, cryptic messages here. Sometimes he's saying he supports players like Minamino and Ox, but they don't even see the pitch when we're chasing a win against Chelsea and they're down to 10 men. Origi won't even get on the bench, but he's a game changer, as Klopp likes to say. Something's going on behind the scenes, and it's not looking good, man. Gotta be honest, it's not looking good. Maybe I'm overreacting. If I am, I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments below. But I'm a little bit worried. Should I be honest? I'm a little bit worried. But time will tell. Time will tell. Next topic. When it comes to transfers, look, with all due respect, I take these as a pinch of salt because I know I said a couple of weeks ago, I think we'll get 2 in. I don't see that happening now. But we've been linked with Damsgaard. I hope that's how his name's pronounced. The Danish midfielder who also plays for Sampdoria, not too long turned 21. Good player. Good player. Nothing against the player. I think he's a good player. But I ask the question, like I always ask, there's having a good player and a Liverpool player. Is he good enough to play for Liverpool? And again, I know I'm going to sound stupid after I've just said what I've said about Jota, but not everyone's going to be a Jota, as we've seen with a Minamino, for example. So I ask you guys, is Damsgaard good enough to enhance the level of Liverpool Football Club? At this current moment, I don't think he is. I think he's a very good footballer, but I don't think he's good enough to take us to that next level. And I'm intrigued to see how it's going to work out. I'm intrigued to see whether we do put in a bid for him, whether he wants to actually move, where Klopp sees him playing, if we were to sign him. But at this point, I genuinely don't know. And just to contradict that, the last thing I'm going to be talking about is apparently, well, it's very unlikely we're going to sign anyone. A lot of outlets are starting to report. Fabrizio came out and said we won't sign anyone unless there's a real bargain. Now, I think when we hear the words bargain, I think people automatically think, oh, it's the lowest transfer fee. Not necessarily. I think Thiago is a bargain because you're acquiring a world-class player for a low price. Dare I say, I don't know. I'm trying to think of another example. Looking back on it, I think Virgil was a bargain at 75 million because if you're trying to get a Virgil van Dijk in this market, you're looking at probably about 120 mil. From other clubs, Varane, I think at 40 mil is a bargain. So it not necessarily the cheapest, but maybe the most cost effective or best value. So again, it depends on how you look at the word bargain. I look at it as cost effective and value for money. But how many of those players are going to be out there? And how many of those players are going to be out there on the last day of the window? Now, let's be honest. If we were to sell Origi, most fans would be happy. But we don't replace him on the last day of the window. And that's how other clubs are going to be thinking as well. So you think about this. Let's say we went in and we went for, I'm going to use a random name. Let's say we went for a Bowen, for example. Let's say we actually did. On the last day of the window, let's say we bid the amount that West Ham want. Just because that's the amount they want doesn't mean they're still going to sell because they still have to go and replace Bowen now. And how are they going to replace Bowen with the quality they desire with less than 24 hours? So it's very, very risky leaving deals down to the last day, unless you've been in constant talks with the player already or you have some stuff lined up behind the scenes. But I think it's risky, and therefore I don't see us doing anything on the last day. It's annoying, it's frustrating. Obviously, we'll speak about this in more detail in the Monday night live show, little cheeky plug there, which will be starting at around 7:10 this evening. So make sure you tune in for that. But people, Michael Edwards, Damsgaard, the lack of transfers. Let me know what you think in the comments below, people. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name's Callum. We are Kopish. And I'm out, people. Have a lovely, lovely day until we speak later.